Hello family and friends, I'm Susan and welcome to my home. Hey everybody, it's Susan here and tonight we're going to do some bourbon chicken. It's called Easy Bourbon Chicken because it is easy and it's so good. 5 stars on the rating scale and it's what's for supper tonight. So ponytail up, let's get to cooking. Hey everybody, and today we're going to make some easy bourbon chicken. It's Sunday, it's time for a quick meal with some rice, and this is something I think will do the trick. It calls for 3 pounds of chicken breast cut up into inch pieces. I've only got 2 pounds because I don't think me and Danny need that much. It's just us. It calls for 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or sesame oil, which I've got the sesame oil. Now for the sauce, 4 cloves of garlic, which I minced, which I'm just using the minced garlic. 1 cup of chicken broth. 2/3 cup of soy sauce. 1/3 cup of apple juice. 1/3 cup of ketchup. 1/4 cup of bourbon, which I just got some Evan Williams cheap bourbon because we're going to be eating it, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. 1 cup of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of ginger, which is what this is, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. I may or may not put that in there. We'll see. But let me go ahead and get this dredging and get it in the pan. It says in a medium bowl, put 4 tablespoons of cornstarch in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Half a teaspoon of salt. Whoop, and that's about half a teaspoon of pepper just by itself. Let's just call that good. I just opened up the pepper jar and it just spilled out. So that's pretty good. Okay, now I need to whisk it together and put the diced chicken in and dredge it. 1 tablespoon of sesame oil and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil because I ran out of sesame. I'm going to go ahead and heat it up to about medium and get that warming up, and then I'm going to dredge the chicken in the flour mixture and get that well coated. And I'm just going to dredge the chicken in the flour mixture. As you can see, they're all about 1 inch thick, and I just need to get a little bit of the flour on the cornstarch, on each one. And now I'm going to add the chicken, which has been not marinated, but coated with the cornstarch. And then let them just be hanging out and getting cooked. Get it all on a single layer and let it start cooking for 3 minutes. On that side. And it's been 3 minutes now. I wound up having to remove half of it to do it in 2 batches. And now I'm going to flip the chicken over. It should be partially browned or brown on one side, which it looks like it is. And then I'm going to put it for another 3 minutes on the other side. And then I'll come back and see how that looks. And I've got to do the second batch. And I think I'll come back whenever I have the whole second batch completed, because I've got to flip these over. While we're waiting for the second set of chicken to brown, I'm going to go ahead and put together all of the mixtures that need to go into the sauce. My 1 cup of chicken broth, which is chicken bouillon cube and water. 2/3 cup of soy sauce, which I'm going to use liquid aminos instead. 1/3, 2/3, 1/3 cup of apple juice, which I'm just using Old Orchid 100% apple juice. 1/3 cup of ketchup, which I'm just using Hunt's, of course. I think I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there and just see if I can squeeze some more in there. 1/4 cup bourbon. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup brown sugar. There's about half a cup. Let me get another half cup. Now, 2 halves should make a whole cup of brown sugar. Half teaspoon of ginger. Half teaspoon of onion powder. And I just poured some in there. It's probably just about enough. There we go. And it calls for a half teaspoon of crushed red pepper. I'm only going to put a pinch. I'm not a big fan of crushed red pepper. So, just a pinch. Crushed red pepper. Okay, and that's everything. Now I'm going to stir this up. And we're going to get the garlic into the pan and get it sauteing. Okay, calls for 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to just put in minced garlic out of the can. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it says to let that saute for about 30 seconds, which is what I'm doing. Now it says to add all the rest of the ingredients, which I put in this container. All right. Now, we're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes until it reduces in half, and then we'll put the chicken in. Okay, I read the recipe incorrectly. It says to bring the mixture to a gentle boil over medium heat, which is what I'm doing, and you can see it's on gentle boil. It says reduce the heat to low, which is what I'm doing, and add the chicken back in. It's smelling really good right now, though, man. And as you can see, the chicken's got some nice brown areas on it. And I'm going to gently put the chicken in. And it says to cover and cook on low for 10 minutes and then serve the chicken. So we're going to cover it. We're going to set my timer for 10 minutes. I'm going to cover it, and we'll come back whenever the 10 minutes is up and see how it looks. I wound up taking the chicken out of the mixture and letting it simmer for an additional 5 minutes after the 10, and then added the cornstarch slurry that it said to thicken up. It's still not as thick as I would have liked it, but it's starting to get there. And I think we're going to go ahead and serve it up. Danny's hungry. We're going to go ahead and serve it up over some rice so we can go ahead and get this meal going. And I've got some rice on the plate. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of this chicken on the rice. Now I'm going to put a little bit of the juice on the rice. Okay, there you go. Bourbon chicken. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the bourbon chicken. Really good, really easy, quick meal that you can make. 30 minutes or less is kind of what I'm going for nowadays, unless I'm making a big weekend type meal. Give this recipe a try. You'll love it. Until next time, see you next week. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe on my videos. I love to hear your comments, and I do reply back. So send me a comment. I'll send you an answer, and we'll get to know each other a little more. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos.